How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today I'm going to review this robotic vacuum from Ecovacs called the Deebot T50 Max Pro Omni. Robotic vacuum cleaners can obviously save you time so you don't have to keep on vacuuming yourself. You can put it on a schedule. It's a machine. You can tell it to vacuum as often as you like. It has a GPT enabled AI assistant so you can just talk to it. OK Yiko.
I'm listening.
Start maximum suction power cleaning.
Okay, the suction power is set to the maximum. Okay, start vacuuming and mopping the whole house.
Therefore, making sure your space is cleaned more often and your air quality improved because of that as well. So it's hands-free in the sense that you don't touch the dirt or the dirty mop, but you still need to go and fill the water and pour out the dirty water and pull out the dust bag. And I've been reviewing a lot of these. And the ones that I actually keep and use in my kitchen over there is the Ecovacs N30. I've been testing out this T50 one and it does everything a little bit better. So I am tempted to replace the N30 one with this one instead. This is a yet to be released product on March 18th. Much higher suction power. It has a 100-watt motor inside. The N30's mop extends outward so that it can mop everything. This one does that as well. But this 2.0 version will also extend the vacuuming brush outwards a little bit, and this will brush further into the corners. It raises its wheel a little bit higher so it can lift the mops up to 18 millimeters off the floor so it doesn't rub on your carpet. Automatic water filling, so it's gonna fill the reservoir in here with the clean water. When it goes in, it can wash the mop with 167 degrees hot water. It's gonna empty the dirty water into this dirty water tank. When you open this up, there's something new over here, which is a cleaning solution tank. They just keep on adding features to these things and it keeps on getting better and better. So this would be considered state-of-the-art for Ecovacs. You'll notice it doesn't have one of those rotating laser things on this. They're able to do the mapping technology without that, just with the camera instead now. It has a 100-watt motor. They call this the blast technology, and it can provide up to 18,500 pascals, one of the highest that you'll ever see, at least for today. With that said, let me demonstrate each of those features that I talked about. So we're gonna test it with a bunch of long human hair. I've actually collected this from around the house. It's fairly long, around 18 inches. So if I pull it, you can see how long it gets. It's fairly thin, but very long. I'm gonna spread this all over. And because this is a particularly tough scenario, I'm going to set the vacuum on maximum and just kind of rub it in, make sure that it's as realistic as possible. When I was picking up this hair, it's just kind of spread around and I can barely see it on the floor. Press it down. Okay, let's run it now. I'm gonna select vac only and maximum suction power. Cleaning speed to be the slowest, so it's gonna be the most thorough. And do 2 cleaning passes because this hair looks particularly tough. And let's start it.
Roller brushing Tangled. Remove its cover and clean the roller brush.
This is the first time I heard the robot say that. Let's bring it over. And yes, it is tangled a little bit. Let's go untangle this. I think this is too crazy a case for this robot. Some tangled hair, and I'll check the reservoir here. A few hairs got sucked into the reservoir, but let's continue the vacuuming. Let's take a look at the rollers again. There's a few hairs that got caught in here, but that's about it. Take a look at the container. This is what's got vacuumed up. A lot better than the first pass where most of it was caught in the rollers. Because robot vacuums are meant to be run more often, so you definitely don't want to run it when the carpet is just completely covered with hair. If there's a mild amount of hair, then it can pick it up without getting it tangled in the rollers. The strands of hairs I was using before was around 30 inches long, so I've cut them to around 8 inches or so to see if it does better. Going over all the hairs, it seems to pick them up just fine. A little bit left over here. I stopped the vacuum from going back to the home station to empty it. Here's all the debris. Got a bunch of hair, bunch of carpet hair. And flip this guy over. Notice there's no hair stuck on the rollers or the wheels. Let me remove this just to check it. Yep, very clean. That's actually the standard suction power. I'll turn it up to the maximum, which will use the 100-watt motor inside. And on top of that, I'll put a little bit more debris around so we can see what it's doing. I have the hair again. Let me put this here. And also a bunch of papers. It picked up about 98% of it. There's one piece over here. And if I look closely, there's a few pieces of hair stuck on here still. Normally with it so heavily soiled, I would do 2 passes or more, but I only did 1 pass just to see what's left over after just 1 pass. Let's take a look again at what's picked up. You have all this here, and let's flip this over. And I see a little bit of hair tangled here. Let's see what happened. It's just caught in the roller over there, but not wrapped all the way around. Now we're gonna use the AIVI detection, which uses AI for object detection. Some bubble wrap, a screwdriver, a AAA battery, a thing that looks like pet waste, a pair of box cutters, and 2 AA batteries, and also a lot of paper shreds everywhere. It's supposed to be able to get really close to these objects and still pick up all the debris. So we'll see how this works out. The AI didn't detect any of these. It just pushed them aside. I had to remove the bubble wrap because I was afraid it might get caught. Ecovacs has informed me that in order to increase the cleaning efficiency, they purposely do not avoid the small objects. That's because small objects and stains largely appears to be the same to the robot. Therefore, to clean the floor effectively, they assume small objects are stains. Let's try it again with bigger objects and see if the AI can recognize it. I'll have a shoe here, tape measure, and my electric screwdriver. Let's do it again. All these larger objects generally stayed in the same place. There is a little piece of debris that got moved towards the back. Near this tape measure, there's a couple of debris that didn't get picked up, but overall it was able to navigate around all these objects, avoid them, and this means during usage, you don't have to pick up every single little item. One extra thing I want to test out is if it will run over wires, because generally that can really damage the rollers. I'm not gonna kind of scrunch them up to make them look bigger, just any way that it will normally be. Add a little debris around, and let's try that again. It seems to give the wires an inch or 2 of margin around it, so it's not gonna pick up the debris that's next to the wire or within the wire. Cords tend to be particularly dangerous for robot vacuums. If the robot touches these cords and it gets caught in the rollers, it will basically cause the robot to stop right there and not be able to continue. Therefore, it's understandable that they program it a bit more conservatively, giving the cord about 2 inches of padding all around. It was able to vacuum around it, and most importantly, not to get the wires caught up in the rollers. So I think that's a pass, at least for avoiding wires. I've randomly put a bunch of tea stains across this tiled floor. Pay close attention on how well it cleans up towards the edges. Their TruEdge 2.0 really gets the mop close to the edges and also close to the corners. Pretty much cleaned up all the tea stains except for this over here, which the vacuum can't actually fit there. Now look at that mop right there. It extends in and then extends back out over here to touch the edge. If you look at that little brush, sometimes it comes out. Right there, it came out and it's brushing along the outside. Now that it's about to turn, it goes back in. It just started the hot air drying. I'm gonna take this out, flip it over. This is around 80 degrees. Yeah, it feels hot to the touch. The washing area is also very warm. So it is using hot water to clean the mops. I'm gonna put this back in there. We can control the station by pushing the station tab and then selecting dry mop. Confirm.
Starting hot air drying.
I'm gonna remove it very quickly and see how hot it is in there. There we go, 123 degrees. The hot air is coming out of this hole and that hole over there. To wake up the robot, we can say OK Yiko. After it says I'm here, we can say various things like start quick mapping, make a new map, start cleaning now, start vacuuming, start mopping, area cleaning. There's a lot of different things you can tell it to do. Start daily cleaning, don't clean here, move aside. I'm more inclined to not memorize all these commands and just try to use natural language to tell it what to do. So let's give this a try. Turn on the voice assistant. OK Yiko,
Go ahead.
stop mop washing.
Task ended.
OK Yiko,
I'm here.
tell me what the meaning of life is.
Sorry, I don't understand you. If you would like to know more about voice commands, check your app for details.
OK Yiko,
I'm listening.
what are the types of voice commands you accept?
Sorry, I don't understand you. You can say, OK Yiko, what can you do? To know more about voice commands.
OK Yiko, what can you do?
Go ahead.
What can you do?
I can do many things. Try saying, OK Yiko, pause, then I will stop the current task. If you would like to know more about voice commands, check your app for details.
Yeah, it's not going to talk to me like your normal chat GPT. OK Yiko,
I'm listening.
what's your power level now?
Current battery level is 91%.
That's pretty cool. What is the maximum suction power you can use?
Sorry, I don't understand you.
Turn on the TV.
Sorry, I don't understand you.
What is the life of the brushes?
Sorry, I don't understand you.
Well, there you go. You'll understand a set of commands that it expects, but you can't talk to it like a counselor. This particular robot, the T50 Max Pro, has a special battery that's a little bit better than the non-pro version. They call it the Super Boost battery that has 50% higher discharge rate and lasts 2.5 times longer. Both of them though are 6,400 milliamp hours. Let's open this up. Maybe we can find a battery inside. Yes, the battery's over here. The battery doesn't have any other markings than this label over here. And the model number does say it's a 6,400 milliamp hour battery, 14.4 volts for a total of 83.52 watt hours. In terms of Super Boost, there's no indication probably other than the model number here. It's nice to know that you can swap out the battery if you need to. Let me put the cover back on. If you're seriously thinking about buying this robot, there's actually two very similar versions, the T50 Max Pro Omni and the T50 Pro Omni. So there's a max version and a non-max version with a $200 price difference. I've highlighted all the differences here. The more expensive one is about 0.67 inches taller. They use a Super Boost battery which lasts 2.5 times longer. There's the Blast technology which has 18,500 pascals of suction power. It also lifts the mop extra high at 18 millimeters. And lastly, it does a variable hot mop washing, so it can adjust how hot the water gets. There's also a hot air drying, which also gets a little bit hotter than the T50 Pro Omni. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys are interested in getting this Deebot T50 Max Pro Omni, check out my affiliate link down in the video description below. Thanks for watching this video. Until next time.